The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, BIONICLE Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTV episode 140. How's it going, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Why does it always start with how's it going? Do we okay, legit question. Do we really care how bad are you doing? I'm not just trying to say this to be that guy, but legitimately, how much do we actually care how it's going? Or is that just like our only way of opening up a podcast that we can think of?
Well,
that's the only way Meso can think of it.
Where it comes from is, I say how's life and such, but for some reason sometimes I alternate and it's like, how's it going, everybody? Because it flows better.
No. Here's the thing, Meso. You say the same stuff all the time. No. You are such a broken record.
No, cut it. We're not doing roast of Meso.
Look at the description for every single TTV episode. It's like the same sentence, copy pasted for everyone. It'd be easier to just say what's in the episode. You don't need to say how's it going or welcome to the TTV podcast.
First of all, I do not copy paste for TTV. I copy paste for TTV Talks, and Monog, but.
Which makes it even worse because you're literally saying the same thing.
I handwrite it in TTV because I feel like I want to deliver...
It doesn't matter if it's the same thing!
I want to deliver a message to our audience saying hello.
But it's like,
if I wanted to deliver a message, I'd like tape a note to a dead body. Wait, what?
It's like, even when we play video games, Meso just says the same stuff. It's like, oh, hey, we're playing GTA. Hey, Var, you got your snacks. LJ, make sure you buy some snacks.
Oh, yeah,
I really like my snacks.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you gotta have my snacks menu open.
A few days ago, we were having a discussion about how Meso says the word snacks. He says it very sharply.
Yeah, Meso's mouth is, like, weird. So whenever he says something...
mouth is weird.
You've probably noticed this, actually, if you're listening to our podcast.
Yep.
But Meso's mouth has a tendency to make like a whispery sound whenever he talks. It makes like a really sharp whisper. And whenever he says snacks, he puts so much emphasis on the A, and then when he says the S-in, it just whispers, and it's so obnoxious.
Snacks.
I hate how you say snacks.
Gonna get my snacks.
Can that be the episode title? Meso's mouth is weird.
What? That sounds weird, Kahi.
That does sound very.
I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's disturbing.
Like, what was I gonna say? I also have this weird tendency to where, like, when I talk, I don't make this up. I'm like constantly grinning or smiling, so my voice has this weird effect to it.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that's weird. I'm pretty sure I'm smiling most of the time I'm talking on a TTV episode.
Well, for me, it makes it distinctive. Yeah, I can hear you grin.
It's the only time I smile.
It's because your mouth is weird, dude.
But no, look. For the record, I will not say how's it going ever again. I will say how's life and such, like it should be.
That's
how it was before, though. You used to say that all the time, too.
Yeah, we made you say something else to get you off saying the same thing.
And it's just
make me say
stuff.
What
it's like we're trying to play the Prison Break heist in GTA, and all Meso can talk about is the frickin' Humane Labs heist. Over and over again, he'll find some way to bring up Humane Labs.
I want to get Humane Labs. It was frustrating that we took so long on Prison Break because I want to do Humane Labs so I can get my dumb car.
We understand, Meso, but you don't have to mention it every 2 minutes.
I was a chump and I imported my character before we went to next-gen consoles. So all of our progress, like playing Humane Labs, didn't carry over. So by
the way, that was really, really dumb.
I explicitly told you to.
Explicitly?
I explicitly. Sorry. Fine. All right. Hey, but I told you straight up. I'm like, don't import your character because you won't be able to lose anything. Everybody stay on 360 until everybody has the Xbox One version. Guess who goes and immediately does it?
I wanted to see the nice graphics.
You're really dumb. The graphics aren't that big of an improvement. It's still GTA. Like, it looks nicer.
First time in my world, it was raining. It's really nice.
Okay, the rain is really good, actually. That's probably the biggest improvement they've done. The rain looks really, really good.
It does look really good.
Yeah, but you know what also looks really good?
What?
An audience that knows who we are.
Okay, nice. Thumbs up. So yeah, I'm messing up.
I'm Butter.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
And chances are, in a couple minutes, we may have an ex-trooper joining us in. But for now, joining in on us. But we're going to proceed till then. So this is TTV 140.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, man! It's hard to believe that we're already on 140. It feels like we just did our 100 special.
It's pretty crazy.
A few weeks ago,
especially since it took us so long to get to 100 to begin with.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's like anything lower than 100 is pretty much unlistenable for me.
Yeah,
basically 100's when we start actually getting good.
We basically rebooted the podcast at episode 100.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well technically
we definitely rebooted the podcast.
We had the new rebranding.
Yeah, we literally
rebranded everything about us. We rebranded
our audio quality,
our audio quality,
and just the structural.
We also started using thumbnails too. Before it was just random images.
Yeah. Before then, it wasn't even random images. It was just the logo. But eventually,
which is boring.
Eventually, we started doing images, which increased our view count exponentially because of thumbnails.
It's funny because I really liked our old logo. I thought our old logo still holds up today as looking fairly decent. But looking back on it, it's not really fitting for TTV, huh?
Not really.
Not really.
It's also
it's kind of got this really noble, refined look to it. That's just
noble.
Not
the
really Times
TTV.
New Roman font logo. Yeah.
Well, like the Trajan Pro.
Yeah, it's Trajan Pro.
Right.
It's not our speed.
Not really TTV, huh?
Not really.
We're more the exact opposite of that, really.
Yeah. This week's been a pretty crazy week, hasn't it, guys?
Yeah, I know. It was just news day after day.
There's been a ton of stuff. Almost an incomprehensible amount of stuff that's come out.
Yeah, I know.
Every day.
Yeah.
No, literally every day.
It was the Ant-Man trailer, and then there was Star Wars.
Daredevil came out, and then Star Wars. And then Batman versus Superman, and then more Star Wars.
We've got another 2 Avengers trailers every day.
But is that even news at this point? Now it's just a regular occurrence.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't even watch them.
I don't
want to see the whole movie before I get a chance to see the movie. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't want to either. I haven't watched anything since the 3rd trailer, basically.
Really quickly, I want to pause this conversation to mention that X-Trooper is joining us. What's up, X?
X enters the field and the crowd goes.
You're late.
I know. I'm sorry. I made spaghetti.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, continue, Kai.
I was just talking about, man, Star Wars. I think that trailer was probably the highlight of my week.
Really?
The movie trailer?
The movie trailer.
Yeah, it was really,
I think that was
really
the best
good.
trailer. Yeah, I'm stepping over everything today. Best trailer released this week, basically.
I thought it was the worst.
That end scene. That scene with Han Solo and Chewie.
That was really cool.
Oh, I shed a tear.
I understand.
That was what killed it for me.
I understand that Chewie doesn't age like humans. It's slower. He's
that's
200 years old or so. But I still wish they had just added a little bit of gray in the coat.
I do too.
Because it's really weird seeing super old Han Solo and then Chewie has not aged a day.
I know. I mean, fair enough. He was in episode 3, but
yeah. I mean, I understand his aging cycle is way slower and everything, but I don't know. Just
no, I'm
at least give him a different hairstyle,
right.
more hair or something, make him look a little different.
Yeah. It would have been nice. Takuma, I think you're a dissenter among us. You didn't like the trailer, did you?
I just can't get hyped for this movie. And, I started watching this trailer, and pretty much this is my reaction while watching it. You know what? This might actually be... Oh. Yeah, okay, no, still no hype. I literally, and I do mean literally, could not care less about this movie at this point.
But why? It's Star Wars.
I've got absolutely zero hype.
But
it comes and when it comes out, man. Yes, I'm going to go see it. But it's just going to be either I'm going to be pleasantly surprised, or I'm just going to walk out of there going, yeah, that went about how I expected it to go.
Come on,
I can't. I'm trying, but I cannot get excited for this movie.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not crazy excited either.
I am not seeing anything to make me excited.
Well,
I haven't seen anything.
And I'm not getting where all these people are going, oh, the nostalgia. I'm not feeling any sort of nostalgia.
You're not feeling any of that?
I
haven't seen anything to make me excited either, because I haven't seen the franchise.
Oh my god, you guys.
I am not feeling any nostalgia from the trailers, no hype, I mean...
It looks so good.
It looks so meh.
It looks fantastic.
To be fair, these trailers and just the entire Star Wars campaign so far has done a really great job of showing a lot without telling us anything.
Right. That's what I like a lot about it.
They're just showing bunch of stuff, and I'm just sort of
right. And I still have no clue what the story is even going to be.
I don't know anything.
I like not knowing what the story is going to be going in.
I think
right, but but at the same time, it's like
visually,
I've got no clue
to interest me.
They have like Star Wars-y stuff.
Well, see, the thing is, the reason that I think the visuals aren't really that like interesting right now is because there's no context to them. We have no clue what the heck's going on. It just seems like they just brought in stormtroopers and X-wings and lightsabers out of nowhere.
The whole point is saying that this is what you can expect going into this movie. This is the kind of atmosphere it's going to be. There's a lot of old Star Wars in it. There's a lot of new Star Wars in it. It looks better. It looks more visually, like, I don't know how to say it. It doesn't look shiny. And that's great. It looks like, but it just looks more improved, I guess, you know?
It does. It absolutely does. And I also think that it was, when I first saw this trailer, I was amazed at how Star Wars it looked.
Right.
To me, that was important because the prequel trilogies...
But I don't get that.
The prequel trilogies didn't really look Star Wars. They had kind of a different aesthetic.
They had like a Star
on.
Trek feel, honestly. If I really had to, like, they looked like very, or maybe like Battlestar Galactica, where it's like all very clean and
it was kind of a different aesthetic. Right. Whereas the original Star Wars is very, very not gritty. What is the word?
I know.
Greeble.
I think we're gonna
Greeble-y.
Grievous.
No, Greeble. Look up the word Greeble. That's exactly what Star Wars is.
Oh yeah, Lego people.
Yeah, Greeble.
Yeah,
that's what Star Wars looked like, and the prequel trilogy kind of messed that style up a little bit. But I was really impressed with how this movie actually looked like it takes place after the original trilogy. It looked like Star Wars to me, so that was really important.
Because the stormtroopers are hipstery now.
I really want some kind of story elements to it, though. Like, I want to know what's going to go on in this movie, because right now it's just a bunch of stuff.
I can tell you some story, though.
Oh, well, what is your story?
That the one guy who is like a stormtrooper and sometimes not, he's just running around the entire galaxy and he desperately has no idea whether or not he left the stove on. Like, that's the only thing I've been caught up with. Just because he looks so scared and just worried.
That's the thing where like the girl's like a salesman from other stoves. And then, like, they're going, and then, like, he realizes he's left the stove on, and they're both running away, and it explodes in the background. That's that shot.
Yeah, they're just like,
and
the next thing you know, you've got a Star Destroyer in the dunes.
Well, that's what happens when you leave the stove on.
It's just a sitcom.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, because now the stoves are considered a health hazard, so now they have to make even better stoves. Super stoves. Stoves in the shape of human beings.
Super stoves.
Stove troopers.
The stormtrooper stoves.
And then there was the person that was left for dead in amidst all of these super stoves, and so he wants to take revenge on the galaxy by making a lightsaber with a crossguard.
Come on,
but seriously, I really
Star Wars Episode 7, everybody.
I really want to know what he is just so worried about. Like, he just...
He does look like worried all the time.
What I've gathered from these trailers so far, what I've tried to piece together is that
Han Solo is old and going to die.
Han Solo is old, but we've got a different resistance. I don't think it's the same rebellion resistance that we had before. I think it's a new group of people called the Resistance.
That's what I don't get is why is it still a rebellion?
Yes. No. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
They're supposed to be the New Republic.
Here's what I
know they threw out anything that wasn't in shows or movies.
I'll let you finish.
Everything.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Basically, at the beginning, that they're the Republic and the Separatists, and the British prequels. The Republic ends up becoming the Empire because they give complete control to Chancellor Palpatine, who is, the Emperor. So the Emperor becomes in charge of the Empire, and in the meantime, the Separatists have all kind of scattered, but they formed a rebellion out of the remnants of this, and that's where.
Right. Well, we know how the Empire and the Rebellion started.
Well, I'm transitioning into this. Once the Empire is defeated, the rebellion takes over, and they form this new republic, and that's why Leia is staged to become the kind of the queen of it. That's why she's the princess, technically, in the episode 4.
But the New Republic doesn't exist anymore.
Rip in peace.
That did happen, but that's been taken out.
Well, not so much retconned never conned.
I'm saying that did happen at the end of episode 6. That's why everybody's celebrating, and that's why Leia is supposed to be this whole,
they're celebrating because the Empire
coming
was
from
defeated
somebody
again.
who's never watched the movies, this may be a completely wrong guess, but I think they're going to go the route of, the Empire wasn't actually defeated, it was just a major battle, and the war rages on.
What I think
Darth Vader's
is that
gone,
the
Emperor is gone.
New
I
leadership.
think is that they're going to pull a shield here with Hydra, where the Empire has officially been defeated, but there are still people that are very much loyal to the Empire within high ranks within the Rebellion or the New Republic or whatever is in control
even
right
in the
now.
book, there's the remnants of the Empire with a couple of key officials who try to rebuild it.
Non-canon.
And I think over this time,
but
over
I don't
this
think they
time
have the
period
whole
in between
stormtrooper thing still, unless I'm mistaken.
Well, yeah,
that's why they're new ones. They're new.
That's why they're new ones.
And that's why they're being recruited. They're not clones anymore.
That's why they got custom paint jobs like the chrome.
What I think
Maybe
is
they're
that
called Apple Troopers or something.
I think that the new Empire is something that's been building up since the beginning, or since the ending of Episode 6 to the beginning of Episode 7, because this is like a 60-year time gap, basically, or like 30 years, whatever.
Wow.
During that time period, they've been sort of secretly reestablishing the Empire within like the new government, basically, to retake over. It's like a big secret conspiracy thing. And like using government funds or whatever to create this new army and stuff that no one knows about until it's unveiled and they start taking over again.
Well,
but who is the new bad guy?
Look, I kind of think that they're actually going to also pull Legend of Korra Season 3. And
no spoilers, I don't know.
Too bad, so sad. Too bad, so sad. You should have watched it.
No.
You the whole thing about it. Basically, because of the balance of the Force that has been disrupted with the Emperor and Darth Vader now, being that the Force is awakening, hence the title, and several new people. And that's why all these new Jedi are coming into existence, and that's why also there's a new Sith.
Oh, you mean like the Airbenders?
Like the Airbenders, basically, yeah. How there's new Airbenders being formed in The Legend of Korra. The Force is also, like, coming back after the disbalance
people who previously weren't a part of the Force were now suddenly getting Force powers.
Right, and that's how this, I believe that's how the Stormtrooper and that pilot and this girl who's a scavenger are all connected. I don't remember all their names at the moment.
Well, someone posted a theory about Flynn, I think is his name, the black dude.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That he's not actually a Jedi, but he discovers Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
What?
And that's part of his journey is to like bring it, I guess, deliver it back to him or something.
Luke is like a hermit now, apparently.
Just like
Right. It's like his goal is to find Luke Skywalker to either like deliver it to him or learn how to use it or something.
Luke becomes the next Yoda, living in a swamp,
commercial,
hunched over, teaching people to come to him.
I mean, so someone.
Well, that's basically what the Jedi are. They become Yodas.
So one of my friends, after watching it, he was like, "You think they had the CG like Mark Hamill, not his face, but his weight? Because Mark Hamill's kind of gotten a little." Chunkier as time's going on. I don't know when you saw Kingsman.
Yeah, but it's not like he's an active Jedi, though.
You can't see that. They're robes.
Yeah, I know.
He's like
I'm saying
in
that scene where he's like, I have it, and like he puts his arm on R2-D2. That's very clearly Luke. He seems a little thinner. I
mean, that's his robot.
Maybe I've missed one of the trailers.
That's not going to get thick.
What you're talking about?
I'm talking about this figure as a whole.
Don't grow?
Yeah, they're not magic grow.
Listen, no, I'm not talking about his arm growing. I'm talking about like his, his
Mark Hamill is a little thicker right now. I think he actually did lose weight before the filming of the movie, along with what's her face? Carrie Fisher. Yeah, she also lost a crap ton of weight before filming.
Harrison Ford
Fisher of the Carrie.
Harrison Ford lost a leg. Darn year.
Oh.
I didn't quite understand that.
Oh,
plane crash.
Oh
no! Before that,
well,
he got injured on the set.
Oh yeah, the Millennium Falcon.
He broke his leg on the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah. While he was on the set on the Millennium Falcon, he busted his leg. I forget how he did it.
Wow.
It was like on a door.
High
on a
stakes.
Millennium Falcon
That's
door.
what I recall.
Either way, I don't think the weight's going to be an issue. To me, it makes sense if Luke was previously really active. Now he's kind of just living the hermit life.
The meso life.
It makes
what hermit means.
What?
I don't know.
Google it.
Hermit. It sounds
Google
like
it.
something
Someone like
that goes with
secluded from society. Living
Hermit the
by
crab.
himself.
I think I've heard that before.
No,
Or the
Hermit the crab.
Hermit. There's a hermit crab, yes.
You mean
Hermit the
Kermit the
Frog.
Frog?
No.
Hermit.
I feel like I've heard that word before. In some sort of context.
There are hermit crabs.
There is such thing as a hermit
Yes,
crab.
there is.
Yeah,
A hermit
I know
crab.
what that is.
There's not a crab.
But not hermit.
But
the
it's
crab.
not like a name. It's not like a character named Hermit the Crab.
Hermit sounds like a name.
He's not like a
though.
beloved
that
kids
needs to be a
Hermit-
character in TTV on air now.
Hermit the Crab.
People who don't socialize with other humans all the time. Okay.
Oh, maybe you just read a book. You would know. What a
I
hermit.
didn't read
but-
a book.
Or maybe he
But-
could listen to an audiobook.
Podcast.com/TTV.
I don't know our
Get your
URL
book right now.
I can't even plug it. I don't know it.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought the trailer was fine. I'm excited for the movie. I still wish we had some more story details, but yeah, that is that. But even then, there was even more Star Wars news because yesterday we had Battlefront
I'm
news.
so
on the
excited.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Battlefront.
We had all kinds of Battlefront
space
news.
battles and
We had a
Don't
trailer that
And-
showed no gameplay, and then they started touting about their
I know,
pre-order
dude.
bonuses and their DLC. Screw you, EA.
I don't
If
care.
anything, that Battlefield conference ruined all my hype, and now I'm just sad. I'm just depressed.
Why? What happened? Why?
The game's gonna suck.
Why?
It's gonna suck.
Why?
They took out campaign. They took out space battles. It's multiplayer only. They took out bots, so it's only it's a 40-player limit.
Yeah, bots.
I heard they took out bots.
Yeah, bots for
But
offline.
I can.
Wait, they took out space battles?
Yep.
No space battles.
Son of a...
Wait a minute.
You
Whoa,
also
whoa,
can't.
But
You also
I
can't.
thought I was just looking at the website the other day, and I could have sworn it showed space battles.
Nope. It's just backdrops. It's not actual space
They'll
battles.
sell it for
No.
DLC.
No.
Took out space battles.
What?
You also
Engage
can't. You also
in
can't even
epic Star Wars dogfights. Pilot X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Millennium Falcon, and more of your favorite vehicles and auxiliary aerial... Okay, so maybe it's not space battles, just air
It's
battles.
aerial combat. Yeah, it's not space battles.
Oh.
It's just part of the
sounds
thing.
like stunned.
You've waited
You also
forever
can't
to get Battlefront 3, and we're not even going to get it.
But we're gonna have
also-
third person and first person. I don't see why
The
that's
second one had both first and third person. The first
all
one
had
still
first and
had
third
first and
person.
third
I
person.
know, but this is gonna be competitively online, and
Okay, here's the thing. I do not
But it's
mind...
a different game. You also can't even pilot the AT-AT.
That's stupid.
It's just there.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Look, I don't mind not having the
wait,
campaign.
you can't pilot the AT-AT.
No, you can't.
Because...
It's AI.
What?
DICE, you had one job. Just make a game that was Battlefront 2 with in HD.
See, the thing is,
That's all you had to do.
I'm sure this might be an okay game. It might be cool. It might be a good game, but it just won't be a Battlefront game.
won't
And
be
it
the
annoys
game.
me that they decided to name it Battlefront.
Okay, apparently an DICE
Furious
employee
7.
on Twitter said, "We have a feature called missions that allow you to play solo or cooperatively with bots on or offline."
Get wrecked, son.
Seems like it's a separate standalone thing, though.
It's still part of
Yeah,
the game, though,
I don't
right?
know.
Technically, it's supposed to be a separate thing. Like, I like... The one thing I didn't like so much with... I had Battlefront 2 on my PS2, so I couldn't just play online multiplayer. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
So I had to
on
always
Xbox.
play
Yeah, see, that-
locally
that-
co-op or bots.
That's the thing. I never played like multiplayer at all when I had Battlefront. It was all instant action. By the way, they took out instant action. So
that's a shame.
yeah.
Remember when
Multiplayer maps
games used to
that
have
launch.
like cheat codes just for fun too?
Yeah, like you could make your stormtroopers like little chibi stormtroopers.
I don't remember doing the chibi
didn't know that.
stormtroopers, but
Yeah, you could. You could like squish them down so they were like little.
one of
dwarves.
my
It
favorites
hilarious
was
'cause they'd all.
the one where
It's like watching dwarves shoot each other.
one of my favorites was the one where you got like comic book effects with lightsabers and melee weapons and stuff. It was like bam, zap, pow. showed up on the screen.
I would used to do the chibi cheat to make them all like little babby stormtroopers, and then the physics, I would turn off friendly fire and then chuck a grenade at my foot. And because the physics were hilarious, the grenade would send the chibi stormtrooper flying through the air and across the map. It was amazing.
Nice. I remember being
now
on
they do it as DLC.
Mos Eisley, I think, is the only map where you could be the heroes.
Oh yeah, the Sith versus
the
heroes.
Sith versus Jedi. I played that. I think I know
that was one of the
every
best.
inch of that map.
Only use
but it was so
like, there's that
hard
giant tower in the middle, and like if you had all your force power, you could just keep jumping and jumping and jumping. I don't know how you did it, but you could like keep jumping. Like physically, it doesn't make any sense. You're able to jump multiple times in one jump.
Jedi Force.
Sure.
Yeah.
Force
so
jump.
you jump on top of the thing, and then like you turn, and like you would have like force push or force pull, and you would start like pulling people on the ground towards you when they weren't expecting it. So good. Or if you had JANGO FETT, you could like shoot rockets. And...
There are a couple things I'd like to say. First of all, there's also 8 multiplayer maps. So I'm not sure if that's good or not.
That's another thing.
I don't know how Battlefront works.
Okay, some of the stuff they've got on the website, and it's like, oh, you know, it's so awesome, and I'm just like, how on earth is this a good thing? Like, where is it? Like the only.
How many maps had the old one?
I don't know.
A lot more than
8.
It was more than 8. Way
so
more than 8.
Wage epic multiplayer battles on Hoth and/or Tatooine and the previously unexplored planet Sullust. That's it. 4 planets.
Huh.
And I understand new movie. They want to have
I'm
like
assuming
the
Endor's
quote unquote
gonna be there,
original.
right?
What's that?
Endor,
that was one of the 4 I mentioned: Hoth,
there.
Endor, Tatooine, and Sullust.
That's.
I know that.
Also, they took out the Clone Wars.
That was what I was going to say. Is I know they want to focus on the newer stuff. But what are you kidding me?
Right. No,
Am I the only one that loved playing as a droideka?
Oh, the
Yes.
Oh, I hated the Droidicas so much.
Spam shields.
They were not as bad as in the first
shields.
Battlefront. They were a lot better in the second one, a lot easier to fight.
They were hardcore in the first one though.
The other thing was, I know, like, hearing all this disappointing news, it's not made better by hearing, there'll probably be DLC that you gotta pay for to get new stuff. However, this is DICE, and DICE has very specific patterns with their DLC. They will, I will bet my life, they will add in space combat as DLC. So if you wait and get it later down the line,
you will bet your life.
As DLC,
can I murder you if this does not come true, Meso?
Sure. But yes, that you will have to
I don't
pay
want
for.
it to come true. I don't want you to
it
shouldn't be DLC. This should be on the disc.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I'm just saying it's better to like have that there as an option than just not have it at all and have the game forever suck.
It does remind me, like back when Battlefield or Battlefront came out. That was an age of what you saw was what you get. So whatever was on the disc, that's what you got.
Absolutely.
Not today.
You know what? No, I don't. I would rather it not be there at all, so people wouldn't buy this stupid game. I swear to God, if they actually release this as DLC, separate DLC that you have to pay for, there should be riots.
Yeah,
that's so not.
The fact that the space battles aren't even in it is like an extra slap to the face, because when Battlefront 3 was originally going to be made, you had simultaneous ground and space battles, and one affected the other.
That was the thing I was really excited for back when they announced Battlefront 3.
You're fighting on the ground, you jump on
fighting on the ground, you could jump up and you could go on a ship and fly into space, and there's like you could have 2 space battles and stuff. It was going to be awesome. It was going to be amazing. Now what they seem to do is that they took Battlefront 2 and made a lesser version of it.
Like, actually, Battlefront
looks pretty.
The first Battlefront didn't have space combat, and all it had was that a couple ships you could fly around in the air at the same time. That really, let's be honest, didn't function very well beyond transporting from one side of the map to the other.
They didn't, but I really liked the first one. But yeah,
the one thing I'll give the first one. Sorry, I'm passionate about this subject.
Oh yeah,
I know. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the one thing I thought was stupid that they had in the first one and took out in the second one was the ability to go prone. Maybe that's just me, but
another thing that really annoys me is that I don't know what it is about game companies nowadays, but do you guys not understand what the heck a gameplay trailer is?
I know, right?
They released that stupid trailer. That was not gameplay. It was in-game engine, but they decided to title it as gameplay. Screw that. That's not gameplay.
People have been doing that for years.
It's still a freaking CGI.
Even in-game engine means squat all because you know they're gonna like crank up the graphics beyond what's
exactly
right. Especially if it's a trailer, you can just you can fake stuff in it.
Yeah,
they could pre-render all of this crap, even if it is in engine. None of this is probably how the actual game is going to look.
Misleading the average Joe chump.
You could call an entire Pixar movie game engine footage if you really wanted to.
Wow. I'm so annoyed. Also, they have day one DLC. It is free, but it's the Battle of Jakku.
Pre-order and you get to play it a week ahead of everyone else.
Which makes why? Why is there? I don't even care that it's free. Why is it DLC? Why is it just not in the game?
Possibly.
What's the point?
Possibly, it's because they don't.
Rain.
I could see the thing of this is that they don't want people who will get like beta copies or whatever of this disc to know something about the movie that is coming out, because this is tied into the movie. So they said, okay, we'll release it in DLC after during the movie coming out, and that's why you get this extra story with the movie. You don't get like extra plot spoilers or whatever.
Why count it as free DLC though, instead of just making beta CDs have that part like locked off?
Well, I mean, if you include it in the disc, you can still hack it. Like people are really enthusiastic about Star Wars, over anything else.
You should have seen when people
to get any bit of information
and the on-disc content in like Destiny. People would rip Star Wars like to shreds.
Who cares?
Get everything out of it.
Really, who cares?
I would imagine the game creators care.
Well, right now I don't care a whole lot about them. Granted, I know. I just want to make it clear, I'm not ripping on DICE, because DICE are just the developers. I'm sure a lot of these decisions are just frickin' EA.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you.
Blame EA on everything.
What if they are DICE?
Yep.
Like the moment I heard that EA was doing Battlefront, I had such mixed emotions, I thought I was going to die. And now,
if they are DICE,
my worst
DICE
fears
is
are
dumb.
coming true.
However, EA is definitely one of those companies. It's basically Sony, but for games.
What if they rolled the dice and decided no space combat?
See,
honestly,
I was gonna say that, Meso. I was gonna try. Oh man, damn.
I just want to get EA and Comcast into one room together, and then let's just censor the next like 30 seconds.
Wow.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Probably.
I don't know. This is some really disappointing news. It's a shame that Battlefront had to get screwed over like this. I really do hope it ends up being decent, though, because I want to enjoy Battlefront.
Can I ask a question? Something else they got on their website? Ground-based combat on a galactic scale. What the heck does that even mean?
40 players, am I right?
Ground-based combat on a galactic scale?
Yeah, over multiple planets.
Last I checked, the galaxy doesn't have a ground.
Yeah, but like it's on a place, but it's not just on that place. It's also from that planet.
If anything, that
planet.
would suggest that simultaneous ground combats on all the different planets affect each other while you're playing, which obviously is not true.
Right. It is. It's misleading in that regard. And I mean, it's
like let's just start spitting out buzzwords like
I
immersion.
do really think that like EA rushed DICE with this game, and that's why all these features that we want are not in. Is because they're like, we need to get this out before the movie comes out. And EA's like, sure, but DICE was like, sure, but this takes a while to create this kind of thing, right? Well, you can't just have space battles and ground battles. And they're like, no, we need that money. Get it for the movie. They're like, we can't just, it's a new engine where you have to build it from the ground up. We gotta have all the... And he's like, nope, movie, money.
Money!
All about the money.
But like, there's the little guy with jetpack and rocket launcher. That's pretty cool. But like, just the one thing that is really big is that there's split screen, and there seems like they haven't really confirmed it 100%, but it seems to be that there's split screen.
It sounds like there will be split
Whereas
screen.
They did confirm it. 2-player split screen online.
Because like, no games really give too much when it comes to split screen anymore, and it's a real big shame because that's what I used to play with a lot of people. For example, Call of Duty, they just sort of threw that out the window the last couple of years. So yeah,
split screen is nostalgic for me. For
it is cool that they had split screen.
Like I'm not used to playing Battlefront if it's not in split screen because I played with my friends so much.
That's what you did, yeah, because that was what was fun, because it wasn't just one-on-one, because that is, in most games, that's not very fun. But if it's one-on-one and you're leading an army behind you, that's a lot of fun. And then you could be the Jedi stuff, and that sort of just added a lot to it.
You say 1v1 ain't very fun. 1v1 main, we'll see if that's true. Let's go.
Oh, what could he even 1v1 you in?
Asking for a fight, bruh?
You wanna go? Let's go, we'll go.
Hey guys, our game sucks, but at least you can play it with our friends.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But, yeah, that's some pretty disappointing news, unfortunately. But what is less disappointing?
We got some cool Star Wars
Constraction.
It's like Star Wars episode.
These things actually
at the time
look
of this
legit.
recording, Jango Fett's picture has not come out, but it probably will be out by the time this is up. So here's what I think it's going to be, and we'll see if my predictions came true.
Blue.
Very disappointing clone of Commander Cody. Get the pun? All silver, 2 blue pieces. That's my prediction.
Technically, Commander Cody was a clone of Jango Fett. So I don't know what you're trying to say here, Meso, but get your facts straight.
We've already talked at length about Luke and Darth Vader, Obi-Wan and Grievous, and Commander Cody. What do you guys think?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna get
gosh.
Grievous. Grievous is so cool.
I don't know that I'll get any of these things, but they do look really good.
Do you want to know how big
I'm gonna
he
get-
is?
I'm gonna get Grievous and Obi-Wan. I'm actually, honestly, really impressed with both Obi-Wan and Grievous.
Same.
Those sets look so much better than Darth Vader and Luke. It's ridiculous.
Do you know how big Grievous is, though? He is huge.
Yes.
He is bigger than Witch Doctor.
Yes.
He's not bigger than Witch Doctor.
He is.
What? He's definitely not bigger than Witch Doctor.
I'll link a picture. I will link a picture. Just hold on.
Does somebody actually compare the two?
Yep. You're about to get Shrek'd, mate.
You know,
like
it really helps.
Did you just say you're about to get wrecked?
No, I said Shrek'd.
Because, like, I know for a fact the torso is not bigger than Witch Doctor's. I would argue maybe the legs, but Witch Doctor used the same piece Grievous uses for his upper legs on both his upper and his lower legs.
You're
Grievous
about
does
to
not.
be destroyed, son.
Okay. Bring it on. Destroy
There you go.
me.
There you go. Linkity-link.
Let's
That's
see
BS.
this.
I'm already gonna tell you that now.
Let's see this. Oh, look, Flicker. I
Grievous
bet
size
it's you.
comparison.
Yep,
Ah.
not bigger than Witch Doctor because of the spikes. But even still.
What? Really? Really?
No. X's correct.
Wow, that's surprising. That actually is a very large set.
I was correct at something.
You are not right because, unlike many, I count the spikes as part of the figure.
Oh yeah, but you're lame.
Shut up,
yeah.
Meso.
Just because.
Shut up.
I do.
It's like
I count
me
the
saying
spikes.
I count my hair and how tall I am. That doesn't
Yeah,
work.
that's stupid. Shut
That's
up,
stupid.
Meso. That's
Yeah.
stupid.
That's
Like, that
I
makes,
think
like-
that's perfectly reasonable.
No, it's
No.
not. It's not
No,
part of
it's
the
not.
set. Shut up.
You're wrong.
If it's attached to the set, it's part of the set.
Do you count
But yes.
Tahu's swords as part of his height? Like if you stick them up?
if you raise them up, no, because that's not the standard pose. You don't pose Witch Doctor's spikes; they're locked in place.
Grievous.
You
in the
don't
movie
pose like a
goes
true
like
Tahu
So
fan.
shut up.
He makes like double helicopter thingy in the movie. So if he does that, he is a lot bigger than Witch Doctor. So
That is rather.
So Meso,
sit down, son. Sit
are you
down.
saying that if I posed Grievous's arms up to make him taller than Witch Doctor, that he would be taller than Witch Doctor?
Well, that depends on how the box portrays his
my hands
standard
have been-
pose.
Okay, that's it. No.
Hang on. I'd like to
That's
say
bull
one
crap,
thing.
This is such bull.
Hypothetically
That'd be like an
speaking,
exploit
What's
for
up,
roller
Elder?
coaster. That'd be like an exploit for roller coaster risers. Like, you're not tall enough, and then you just put your hands up, and it's like, you're tall. Get it.
Right.
Just go.
No. If a roller coaster would say that Witch Doctor isn't tall enough, he's not tall enough.
What's up, Elder?
hypothetically speaking, the lightsabers are posed on his kind of box art, the CGI image. They're posed
Correct.
in such a way that would raise him above the spikes.
Correct. That is true.
So he's taller than Witch Doctor.
That I concede, because the lightsabers are part of the figure.
There's the
Just
box
like
art.
the spikes.
Kahi, you're not looking at the right Grievous.
Oh, it's wrong, Grievous. My bad.
Kai, what the?
Johnny, you're an idiot. Here's the Grievous.
Look at that top tier CCBS.
It is
Nice.
Okay. Wow.
No, you have no excuse.
That's not even using Constraction pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I searched for like a
2009?
Constraction General Grievous and it popped up this image. I'm like, oh, did they come out with the box already?
Oh my
Regardless.
goodness.
Do you need glasses? Jesus.
Look, we
It's
all
a
make
small image.
mistakes.
It's a small
but
image.
on the positive side, semantics aside, it's cool that he actually stacks up like that. Even if he has less technic, he's still very involved in a set. Most
Yeah,
we've
so
seen
yeah.
in years.
So yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He's cool.
I think Obi-Wan looks fantastic. I really like that build. It came out really solid looking. So
There's like nothing wrong with him except that the tan piece Grievous uses on like his legs. Is that like a new piece? Or have we seen that before?
Which one?
What piece?
It's like it looks like a Technic plate.
What?
Like,
Oh yeah, we've seen those before. Yeah, they've been around for quite a long while.
okay, that's
The one
gonna
on
bug me if it doesn't lock in place.
It does not.
wait, which piece again?
Like on
It's the one on his lower region area.
X.
The 2D.
Okay, no,
The
hold
2D.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. X,
Oh.
It's
every
meant to like
time-
simulate his robes.
Every time you talk X, it's like walking outside. You don't really know what to expect.
When I go outside, I expect
outside?
I'm going to see
I'm
the
just
outside.
wondering if that
Wow.
locks in place or if it's gonna wobble everywhere.
You see much
It's
room
gonna
in your
wobble.
mother's
Its
basement
construction
nowadays?
makes it.
I would imagine it's going to wobble on purpose.
Yeah. Now that's the point, because it's supposed to enact a robe.
No,
So it is
no,
going to be
no,
very,
no,
very loose.
No. I don't like
So
it.
shut up. You are so annoying.
0 out of
God.
10.
Oh my gosh.
10
that's a
armor
it's a
shells.
robe!
1 out of
Since
10.
when has a robe ever stood in place?
That's not a robe, it's a Technic plate.
It's a robe!
It's a robe.
Supposed to be a robe. So.
A robe doesn't
son.
wobble left and right. It flows.
Yes, it does. It's cloth. You idiot.
That's not a cloth. It's plastic.
Mesovar is saying that it's supposed to represent a robe.
It doesn't. It's not the same.
Well, nothing.
Yes, it is.
Because everything is plastic.
0
then.
out of 10.
It's
That's
not
a-
real lightsabers. It's plastic.
Zero
You don't
out of
even
10.
know if it's going to like,
No,
to
I'm
move or
just
not.
telling you right now. I will take that off. I'm not gonna let that bug me like that.
But then he looks like he's like missing something.
So be it.
Yeah, then you're just taking off his
He'll be all
clothes. You're
Oh my
Yeah, he'll be all
God.
Turning-
shy. Like you just take
turning
stuff off
Obi-Wan
him.
into a
He'll just be like,
predator or something.
So be
Yeah.
it. You know.
You're a predator.
Freak. I don't like this cloth covering my crotch.
Wow.
I don't like how it wobbles.
Okay, but one very, very big thing though that has been widely discussed in the deeper depths of the internet is the
Oh my
shoulder
gosh,
pieces.
I could have made a joke out of that, but I refused.
They are pretty cool. They're like a less bulbous version of the breakout armor.
Indeed,
awesome.
and they are very smooth.
They look really good. Really, really
They
good.
look like
And-
kneecaps.
There's been a lot of different ideas using these pieces that will probably revolutionize a way.
I'm sure it's gonna revolutionize the entire community.
No, but because there's some parts of the community that specialize in making a kind of figure that.
Oh
would
yeah,
probably-
like a leg. Because that, like I just said, looks like a kneecap.
No, not female figures.
A female leg.
Oh.
Not legs.
see
Time for
I
a
see
new
what you're
revolution.
getting at.
Yep,
I get
see
it,
what
like,
you're saying.
like an
Yeah.
arm.
It's a replacement for Roxy heads.
Yep. Say goodbye, Roxy heads and Nuva armor.
Roxy heads just got dunked on. Like, I'll buy this, and I
Just
will
got
put them
dunked on.
Rudaka, and it'll just be beautiful, so... But that's just what I wanted to say.
Yo, what?
With Michael Jordan's. But yeah.
With Mike.
Come on,
You mean
it's
Air
Sam,
Jordans?
and welcome to the jam.
Yeah,
X, you're a funny guy.
I know.
Alright.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep that reference in, unfortunately.
Well,
I'm not so sure
Maybe
I
a
should
bit
be
too
around for
suggestive
this.
there.
Grievous is $35. Obi-Wan is
tried.
$25. I think they're overpriced. It's the licensing fee, but I will pay that fee with a smile on my face and a spring in my step because these sets are pretty cool.
You,
I love them.
I'll give
Peter,
up my
out of
firstborn
10.
child.
That's like
for
Meso's
general
like
reviews.
Meso flip flops like 0 out of 10.
I hope there's not a spring in your step with your
Look.
Crotch-Cloak being unveiled.
The Crotch-Cloak being unveiled. That's the best thing I've heard.
Wow.
We're gonna keep in Crotch-Cloak. Okay.
No, not Crotch-Cloak, Crotch-Cloak.
I said cloak. I
Let's
didn't
stop
say coke.
saying this, please, for our PG rating.
Yeah, those are the Star
LJ,
Wars
please.
sets.
LJ.
I am comfortable with myself and my Crotch-Cloak.
I think I need to go.
Equality today.
We're getting all
Away.
these Star Wars pictures, and it's like they've completely eclipsed the Skull villains in a lot of people's minds. It's like stuff they're looking forward to.
Yeah, no, they have. It's kind of hilarious that these awesome builds went to Star Wars and not the Skull villains, to be honest.
Are you surprised? Star Wars, the massively selling
surprised.
franchise that has always seen, a lot of money coming in for Lego, and with a new movie coming out.
Yeah, it's a little surprising because you'd think that they'd care more about their own original idea more so
Star
than
Wars is
something
guaranteed to sell, especially when it's done well. Grievous
It's
is,
I guess.
I mean, really, for
Grievous
me,
is
Grievous
basically what Skull
is
Slicer should
yeah.
have been.
This Grievous is the Skull villain. His face even kind of looks like a skull.
Grievous is essentially just printing money right now.
I will take off the lightsabers, and I'm gonna give Grievous Skull Slicer's swords, and he will be my new Skull Slicer.
And
In my
together we
mind.
will rule the world.
He even
Meso
has the chest
2015.
plate and like gunmetal, so hey, I'm down.
Maybe
Woohoo!
these builds are originally meant for Bionicle, and then they were like, hey, guys, we'll pay you a pretty penny if you make this Star Wars.
Maybe.
Dude, they need to make like a clone trooper like the miniguns thing, and then they need to put the
Or maybe,
the
like-
shooters.
I mean,
the
maybe
shooters from the guys, the small guys.
Maybe Skull Slicer is like a, like a prototype or something.
I was gonna say these
Maybe.
were the prototypes, and like, well, we don't want to just get rid of these prototypes. We'll sell them.
Yeah. But it's
Dude,
like,
you know what I'm going to do?
what are you gonna
I'm going to buy 2 Grievouses. Because
You're mad.
I guarantee you, in like 3 years, that thing is going to be a very valuable
That is
No,
set.
you're
true.
right. Because that's Star Wars and it's licensed and it's big. That's gonna skyrocket. Even Witch Doctor, he was so big
Yeah.
you can't find him nowadays for like less
Witch
than
Doctor
retail.
charges for a hefty penny if you want.
All
Yeah,
right,
and
let's-
I had
it's
a
an
chance to
investment.
get
I'm
2.
gonna buy
I had a
some.
chance to get 2, and I didn't. I didn't buy a second one. For
I was
myself.
at Toys R Us today, and there's still 3 General Grievous there.
General
Wait,
Grievous.
you mean like from the old days?
Fans, if you're listening to this podcast right now, pick up 2 Grievouses. Trust me, you're going to thank me in the future.
I meant
Don't
Witch
do it.
Doctor.
Don't do it. Don't do it at all. It'll increase rarity for us, and our prices will
I
skyrocket.
I was thinking the same thing.
Scarcity. No, why are we talking about this in the podcast? Mark, shut up. Shut up. No, erase it.
I
Delete this
meant
part.
to say Witch Doctor. Did I say Grievous?
I'm just trying to help out our funny people.
Buy the Witch Doctors, X. Send me one.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Definitely buy 2, so that way, you can resell them, and Kahi loses money. That would make me very happy.
Gotta resell them and make massive
Yeah, but
bank.
VAR also loses money.
Let's be honest.
well,
how
buy
many
Monopoly
of
and
our
get more
average
bank.
viewer are even going to be able to afford to buy 2 Grievouses?
Right, that's the thing. I
Breaking
guarantee you
news,
most of them
guys. We have
won't be able to
JANGO
get to.
FETT.
Wait, sweet.
There you go.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. There you go.
Post it.
Oh, it's
Skype,
Okay, let's see.
It's
Live
Skype
reactions, guys.
frozen.
Live reactions.
Skype's
loading.
frozen. No.
And let me tell you, prepare to be underwhelmed.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Why you gotta do that to us? Why can't you just
This-
let
Oh
us
my
see?
God!
Oh.
Oh, Jesus! No!
Oh.
No!
Well,
Such a strong start. That pistol, though.
I'm not gonna be overwhelmed because my initial Skype's still frozen. My initial prediction.
I'll tell you right now, he's worse. He's worse than Commander Cody.
My initial predictions were an entirely silver figure with 2 blue pieces. It's loading right
I
now.
see
if I'm right.
one.
It's a little
Do
bit
the blue
better than what you
pins
predicted.
count? Do blue?
But I don't think blue pins count. Meso Heats doesn't have any blue pieces except for blue pins.
No, I see blue.
No, there's a
upper
piece on the
arms.
back. There's something on the back.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right. That is
Yeah,
blowing
you
me up.
see,
That's
Is
probably
it-
Jetpack.
I can't see it. I can't see if it's Metro Blue or Mono Blue.
Meso, here, listen, I can already tell
It
you.
looks like light blue.
His back and his helmet are Mata blue. His upper arms and upper legs are sand blue.
Then it's a success. I'm happy.
Oh, yes,
However,
and blue pieces.
That's literally the only thing I wanted from the set. so
well,
hey,
I got more
that's-
good news because here's a back view. His
Where are
upper
these coming
arms are not printed.
LJ,
His lower legs appear to be, but may not.
You got
You're
this
on the
from
ball
a
today.
very
LJ,
great
nice job.
website, by the way, these pictures.
Yeah.
Just
That's
getting them.
pretty snazzy. Sand blue. I didn't expect we'd actually get that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that back leg construction. That's interesting. How did they do that?
You mean like his upper legs?
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker's got that. He just plugs into the pinhole.
Yeah, there's these literally
Oh,
just
right.
for show. It's probably to have the pistols there. Like,
Okay, that's way simpler than I thought.
yeah, it doesn't serve any
My-
purpose or anything. It's just
Yeah.
there.
I don't know. I like
I
this
saw
guy
that and
more
my
than,
mind was like, how did they do that?
I like this
Then
guy
I'm
more
like,
than
I see.
Cody. He's got lame guns, but they kind of not lame in comparison, but they look kind of cool, and he's got better pieces than Cody.
Those guns
yeah,
do
I
not
think
look
Cody-
the least bit cool to me. They look like pieces slapped together.
They really do.
Yeah, no, I think Cody looks way cooler.
I
than
From a
think
this.
so. looks way
Bacchus
better.
perspective, he's way better because he's got the silver leg guards and the sand blue. But
I don't know, man. I think the yellow orange is the better.
I
thing for me.
loved the thing on Obi-Wan Kenobi though. The thing what they did with the lower leg area. They
yep, it's
had,
perfect.
like,
You mean
yeah, like the thing
underneath
on the
the
back. Like,
Crotch-Cloak?
why don't they have the on the other figures here? I think budget, I guess.
Yeah, these are
Budget,
$20
it's the-
figures. Those are like 35 or so.
I see. But I really like that though. that
Well,
was
I mean,
very
Luke
cool.
Luke has the back lower leg armor, and he's only $20.
No excuse.
But,
man.
That's because
These
Luke
sets will
doesn't have
definitely be on
anything
product
interesting.
showcase.
But why are we getting 4 old trilogy figures here and 2?
Well, we're getting new sets for the new movies as well later on.
It's like I think it's a 3 to 3 split. It's like Grievous, Jango Fett.
no? It's not.
And then,
Grievous,
4
Jango
too.
Fett, Obi-Wan, and then Commander Cody are all from the original trilogy, or not the original, the
Yeah, it's
prequel
not.
trilogy, and then like Vader and Luke are from the original.
Yeah, because mostly in stuff like this, like the chibi fighters, there's always only 2 of the.
well,
so I don't understand.
technically Obi-Wan can be both, even if it's clearly as Clone Wars.
No, that is absolutely
not
not.
right.
Obi-Wan is
No.
Yeah.
Literally, he has a
Obi-Wan
new name in
transcends
the original
trilogy.
trilogy.
I
He's
think a
Ben
more
Kenobi.
accurate way of putting it is there are 2 from prequel, 2 from sequel, and 2 from clone.
Obi-Wan. Wait a minute. What
Fair
is
enough.
the actual name of the
That's a
of
better
the
way to put
Kenobi
it.
set? Is it Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yes.
Then it's prequel trilogy. If it had been original trilogy, he would have been Ben Kenobi.
That's why I
it's
said it.
clone.
I already said
It's
this.
Either
Oh,
way,
well, I
mean,
missed
it's,
it
It's
in-
very clearly modeled.
Yeah, no, LJ, you brought up a great point. There's 2 from the movies, 2 from the Clone Wars, then
Yeah.
2
2
from
sequel,
the...
2
They
prequel, 2
still
clone.
should have had Boba Fett, and why doesn't Grievous actually?
Yeah, I
have
don't
a
know what he
cape?
did do Boba Fett instead of Jango Fett. Everybody
Nobody likes
Everyone
Jango.
loves
Yeah,
Boba
why?
Fett.
Yeah, why Jango Fett? Who even likes Jango Fett?
I know a
Who
guy
likes
like
Jango
Jango
Fett?
Fett. Like my next door neighbor, he loved Jango Fett.
He's literally only there to get his head cut off.
Right.
That's his only
And start the
reason to
clones.
exist.
And to give us
Spoilers.
sand
And start
blue.
the clones.
He is delivered
Spoiled
unto
that.
us sand blue.
Yeah, but Meso, if those lower leg pieces are printed, 2 sand blue.
Don't care. They exist.
You're gonna care.
Now we get-
You're gonna care. You're gonna get your hands on that set and you're gonna go, man, this sucks.
I like the printing. I like
No,
it
you
for
don't.
stylistic reasons.
But anyway, there you go. Live reactions. Jango Fett. Meh.
Nice job, LJ.
Well,
kinda
actually, don't
skimmed
thank me.
over,
Thank Crunchbite. He brought it to my attention.
Nice.
Oh,
we
well,
kinda,
either way.
We kind of skimmed over Cody. I think the general consensus here is he's not very good.
I like.
I mean,
Cody.
I'd have rather had Rat.
He's just Jango Fett with a better color
Yeah,
scheme.
I mean, he's not like great. He's not fantastic or anything, but I like him.
The standout
I would
thing
get
for
him
me
before Jango.
is his gun. That gun is something like straight out of Mach.
The one thing I will say is that I do like how Cody and a lot of these other figures, Obi-Wan too, really do look like action figures. Like
Yeah, they
sometimes
do.
you like sometimes you'll get like a Bionicle set and it's very clearly like made out of these Bionicle pieces. A lot of the Hero Factory sets kind of fell under this too. They looked like robots. They looked like you could easily tell they're made of Lego. And especially with Cody, it's very simple to mistake him from like an actual action figure. I like
A lot of people
sets
don't
that.
like that though. That's like been a ill-faced reaction. They're just like, "Wow, this doesn't look like Lego at all." These. And
I completely. I love mocks that do it, and I love sets that emulate these kinds of mocks, because kids like action figures. That's why they still buy them, and the fact you can build something that looks really cool, it's a good selling point.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've seen these, we've seen all of them, at least for the first wave or so. What do you guys rank them? Because there's There's Vader, Luke, Grievous, Kenobi, and then the clones.
Is there like a gallery that
Grievous,
has all of them?
Grievous, Vader, because they have the best builds. Kenobi, because he's cool out of the smaller sets. Django and Cody are like a tie. I'm gonna say Cody, not Cody. I'm gonna say Django because he actually has better pieces. And then Cody, and then Luke did last. Yeah, he does. Come on, man.
No, he doesn't. Okay. I rank Grievous, Kenobi, Darth Vader, Luke, Cody, and then Django.
Vars is mine.
Okay.
I go for Grievous, and lastly Grievous. So,
Takuma?
It's been too long since I've seen the pictures of most of these, so I can't really say.
Sour
Grievous looks cool though. I'm not going to buy any of these likely.
Before or after Grievous?
What after? Why the heck would Luke
is
be
the
before?
best.
No, Grievous. Sorry. Cody.
Like
Cody.
What did you say?
Luke come before or after Cody in your hierarchy?
Before.
Oh wait, yeah, I think I put him before. No, never mind. He's under Cody.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Okay. Personally, I see it as
Cody's above Luke for me.
My list is very similar to Messo's. Mine is Grievous, Vader, Kenobi, and then I kind of mix it up. Then there's Cody, then there's Django, and then Luke. So I've placed mine. Messo's at a tie, but we're very similar in that regard.
It's so long since these are coming out, man.
September. Yeah.
So
I know.
Like I was thinking like around summer, but I would just got crushed.
September is in summer.
Curious.
That's not.
No, I know. I thought it was gonna be.
I've been paying attention to like Eurobricks, and the general consensus people had was that Grievous wasn't good.
Okay.
But everywhere else I've looked, people seem to like Grievous. Like,
well,
I was browsing our message boards, and people like Grievous.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The folks, we have a moderator that does not like Grievous because of those gaps in his upper chest.
Yeah.
And actually, his hips, kind of. Honestly, to me, I review Bionicle sets with gaps all the time. With sets like this, it very rarely comes down to a matter of, well, does it have gaps? How does that look? It's more of a matter of, is it accurate to what it's trying to portray? In which case, Grievous is spot on.
Right.
It's a fantastic build. It's very innovative, and it's very, very accurate. As along with all the others, they're very, very good at representing what they're trying to represent.
Yeah, like the picture I showed Messo that we showed in the video, like the Clone Wars, like he looks very, very much like his Clone Wars direction. The people in Eurobricks probably looked at like from the movie and just like, it doesn't look much like that. It's horrible. 0 out of 10. We're cynical people and all that. So it's not really much we can do there.
Yeah, but yeah, no, you're right though, Messo. There are a lot of folks that on Eurobricks, they really don't like this, but on our message boards, people really seem to like it. Man, I'm really happy we got the message boards.
Yeah, I like having a different outlet to see stuff.
I finally got that one piece, that skeleton piece thingy in the middle there in black, in a solid color, as opposed to transparency.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So,
No! But yeah, no, everyone on the message boards really seems to like them. I wish they all shared happy opinions with us.
Yeah, I wish we could all just be friends
stuff going on the message boards as of late. I kind of actually did want to talk about it before we ended. I know we're running long, but I did want to bring up some stuff because we never spotlight the message boards, and even now this is so much a spotlight. Just
you never have enough time to.
There's too many news around.
Yeah, too many people wanting to talk about Star Wars games. No, joking.
You wanna go?
You wanna go?
I'll leave the decision up to you.
Okay, listen, pal. You want to start a fight? We'll start a fight. We'll have like a message boards fight. BSO1 versus Wikia. Let's go.
So, what was that about highlighting the message boards?
Yeah.
That's not what
you said there wasn't enough time, so presumably we're not going to do it.
He said we usually never have enough time.
Oh.
Yeah, but now
I said we don't.
Now we definitely
I didn't say that today. So you're
like basically there's been controversy all over the place in regards to Bionicle, and like mainly the main controversy has been Bionicle Wikia versus BSO1, because it all stemmed from LJ making a BSO1 comment in his recap review, like telling everybody to go check out BSO1.
I can't. No, I don't count this as a controversy. A controversy is like something that has kind of swept over it's something that a lot of fans are discussing, and there's a lot of sides going on. Really, this is just a discussion that was had on the message boards.
Well, you see, here's the thing, though, Kai. A lot of our YouTube viewer base normally does drift toward Wikia. So if you want to be, even though this is a discussion, it is a controversial discussion, at least in our circle of things.
It's a discussion that escalated. People were saying they were going to lose respect for LJ because he...
Well, because they got offended that we decided to prefer the BSO1.
Out of all the things to lose respect for LJ from, you're going to do it because he doesn't like the Wikia?
Someone even said
I
LJ
can't
should
believe
bring
that
back
this is a thing now. Like,
someone said LJ should bring back live pretentiously.
We actually have to like consider arguing that BS1's better than the Wikia. That's like a thing that happens.
Who even cares?
I don't know.
Why do you care?
I don't know.
Do you people work for the Wikia?
Okay, here. Basically, what was going on?
Maybe.
A few folks were saying they were going to lose respect for me for two reasons. One,
because you're LJ.
Well, kind of. One, how I debated, which really wasn't normally how I debate. Like, Kahi, you can think back on our debates, look at this, and go, no, that's not very similar. And the second...
Yeah, you're right, because you just yell at us.
Well, no, I yell at Kahi. But anyway, the second reason is how I'm treating the Wikia. Apparently, I need to show respect for it, or at least include it in my mentions of where to go at the end of recaps.
For being a Wikia?
Yeah.
How many things have wikis? Who cares?
Everything has a wiki. There's like even a trope for it on TV tropes.
Yeah,
the wiki rule.
Yeah, the
which
wiki
everything
rule.
has a wiki. This is not surprising. This is not like if
it's just a wiki. It's just a template.
No, look, I can't believe that we actually have to talk this as a discussion. It's not universally understood that the Wikia is terrible. I can't believe we even have to have this discussion now.
People like it.
Some people like the discussion.
Of course they like it because that's all they use.
The argument that I have been presented is not really, the Wikia is better than BSO1. It's the Wikia does things that BSO1 doesn't, and in some ways is better than BSO1. But they're both pretty much equal and so similar.
They're not.
That you could, if you improved a few things on the Wikia, they'd be pretty much identical.
Oh my god!
Great. Well. You have to improve things.
Go improve those things now. Go do that.
As such, it's not
basically
good.
People are clamoring for equal representation. Is that it?
Yes, actually.
Basically.
Yeah, they wanted me to equally represent the Wikia and BSO1 in my recaps. To where I said, no, I don't want to confuse people. It's like they believe that the Wikia has earned the right to be alongside BSO1 at the end of my reviews.
We have to do this.
No
now,
comment.
Guys.
No comment.
Oh my god.
Also,
this is where we've come to.
People started getting on my case about me defending BSO1 and saying why it's so much better than Wikia. Start getting on my case and saying, it's because you're partnered with them, isn't it?
Did they really say that?
Yes,
they did.
Did they even do the peg thing?
Freaking.
I mean, just how...
No, that was that was ad lib.
It's like I know it's just like, you say this because you're partnered with them. No, we don't. It's like just kind of a circular thing. So you just have to take our words.
We're partnered with them because we like them.
We're partnered with them because we like them. We do not like them because we are partnered with them. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Honestly, we don't really get benefits from being partnered with BSO1. We're partnered with them because we like the wiki.
Yeah, I mean, outside of joining us up from Akuta Fest.
That wiki for so
long.
Aside
from joining Akuta Fest. Yeah, we don't do anything.
It's not like they pay us money, basically, is what we're trying to say. It's like not like we endorse them.
They pay LJ. They paid you to stay.
It's not like a paid endorsement. Literally,
it
is the best wiki.
Yeah,
I even mentioned in a post that, like, honestly, I tend to disregard people that use the Wikia as a source. If we're debating with somebody and they try to use the Wikia as a source for what goes on Bionicle, I kind of just assume they don't know what they're talking about.
That's it.
If they knew what they're talking about, they would use BSO1.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. For fans listening to this, we don't partner with anything we don't believe in, first of all.
Right.
That's why we don't have sponsorships from freaking,
Nature Box?
Nature Box or anything. Yeah,
that's cool, but okay.
I know you want to do Nature Box. It has absolutely no relevancy to our channel one bit.
I get that.
because we've actually talked about it. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We partnered with Audible because we're a podcast, so already it makes sense to have
Audible trial.
natural progression.
And it had a book that we all read for BIONICLE.
Right. It makes sense because we're audio formatted. Audible's audio formatted. People listening to us would probably enjoy audiobooks. Also, there are Lego books that we recommended for people to check out because we used those.
Yep.
So we're partnered with Audible. We're not partnered with anything else.
Pretty much.
We're partnered with BSO1 because we enjoy the service. BSO1's a great wiki. We've used it for years. We like it, so we partnered with them. Honestly, the Wikia is not even comparable. But, I mean, hey, man, use what you want.
Right, yeah. I mean, hey, if you feel so inclined, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just don't get mad at us.
But with that said, equal representation? What are you, 12?
Actually, let's be fair.
Christ.
President election if you don't vote for.
I know, it's like,
equality
what are you
between
trying to
wikis.
say here? It's not like this is a race issue where we're like, no, we're not firmly represented in the, in Parliament.
Yeah, it's
No
funny that they
taxation
try to
about
make it-
representation.
It's funny that they're trying to say that your opinion on BSO1's been corrupted by the partnership, but if you were to actually start endorsing the BIONICLE wiki or Wikia just because people said that you should, is that not corrupting your opinion on it?
Yeah.
It's not like you actually believe in it. You're doing it because people want you to.
It makes me think of those
Today
people
on Shower
on like
Thoughts.
the radio people on radio
so
broadcasting when they have to do their like spoken commercials and like I use this product every day and it's so much. How many of those people do you think actually have used the product as regularly and as much
Definitely.
as
Not
they're
as much
claiming?
of course.
No one ever.
I don't know, man.
Have you guys seen the
Arbitrary.
custom Space Marine?
Oh,
No, I have not seen
fudge.
the
Oh,
custom
What?
Space Marine.
The custom
Does
Space
that have
Marine.
anything to do with what we're talking about?
No, it doesn't.
No, I have not. Nor
No.
will I.
It's Lego related.
But that I don't care.
I have not, and nor will I.
Aw.
I have
No,
not
but
cared.
I'm just gonna link it anyway.
You do that. You do that, X.
Poor X.
Okay.
Long story short, no, we are not going to be mentioning the Wikia in any of our things in this positive promoting light anytime soon. No, we're not going to change our opinion just because some other people they think that they deserve extra recognition because of
It's our
their work.
opinion, not yours.
I think the only thing they're thinking of is that Google will place Wikia links like higher
What are you
just
laughing at, Var?
on the results list.
I'm just laughing at how ridiculous this whole
I'm
thing
saying
is.
I can't believe we actually have to make this statement. Like we actually have to come out and say,
Yeah.
no, guys. I thought it was just genuinely understood. Like it was
No.
just a thing
No.
that everybody knew.
In fact, it's funny when we start gaining a lot of viewers and followers for the things we do. We were actually having discussions about how surprised we were. All the people coming on saying, "Oh, I use the Wikia," or "I go to the Wikia." We were really surprised that the majority of the folks, at least on YouTube, used the Wikia over BSO1.
Well, I mean, it does make
Okay,
sense.
well, it's not surprising because the wiki is the first thing that shows
On
up on
Google,
Google
right.
search, and that's only because wikia.com itself
so
is
large.
higher used.
It's a
It's
network.
a large
Right.
database,
Exactly.
network of
But
different
the
wikis. And
Wikia
as such, anything on the Wikia platform will be raised higher than BSO1.
Yeah, that is very true.
But
It's not as accurate.
But even then, just because it's first on Google doesn't mean it's a better wiki.
Yep.
During a PM
That's
conversation with Greg, back when Greg was still writing the things, this is not just like hearsay. This is what he said to me. I've asked him, like, have you used, what happens when you forget, some of the stuff? Because BIONICLE has so many characters, so many things have happened in canon, especially if you're writing something that happened beforehand. How do you keep track of this stuff? And he was like, yeah, sometimes I'll have to go up and look on the wiki. And obviously, BIONICLE has a story Bible in house, but sometimes for, certain characters, some he'll go on the BSO1 and look for it.
Yeah, now he has said,
Right.
actively in the past he uses BSO1, not the Wikia.
Right. The BSO1 is the most accurate BIONICLE wiki, and you can trust it to be accurate on just about anything. There were people on the thing that said, well, you should have more than one source, whenever you research a thing. Yeah, if you're writing a paper, if I'm writing a research paper in BIONICLE, sure, I'll have more than one source. But if I'm just like, hey, what
you
did
need more than one source to get a piece count or something.
Yeah, it's like, what was Udaka doing during the 100-Year War? Well, just, I'm not going to have to do a research paper on that. I just want to know. BSO1 is the most accurate one out there.
Right, and say I'm using I'm making a BIONICLE autopsy video. I'm not. Trust me. I'm not gonna get most of my information from a wiki.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if I'm like, hey, me and LJ having a discussion like, oh, Pterodactyl is doing this, or whatever, we use that wiki to get there, and that's generally, I would say, 99% of what that wiki is used for. Either BIONICLE Wikia or the BSO1. It's for those kinds of arguments. It's for that kind of like fan fiction. Looking up stuff for fan fiction.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Nobody really is using it to write research papers or to do like autopsy-style videos.
But here's the thing. You like the Wikia? That's great. Continue liking the Wikia. Don't let us get you down. Do what you want. Right. You do you, but we will do us. We will continue using BSO1 and talk about
that
BSO1.
Being said, I feel it is pretty the only thing I have to say is that BSO1 is more accurate. So if you're wanting a more accurate wiki, then you should be using BSO1.
And if you don't believe us, feel free to just check it out yourself.
Yeah, do whatever.
Yeah.
Check them.
Yes. I don't care. Do what you want.
In this topic, I've laid out like paragraph and paragraph upon paragraph of reasons why BSO1 is this, that, and the other thing.
Right. Content, layout.
Yep.
A lot of the articles seem to be plagiarized from BSO1
and
from Wikia.
One thing is...
They absolutely are. You can tell like some of the articles are just copy-pasted and then
and it's slightly changed here and there. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. They used to do that a lot. They didn't even change it back in the day. They would just copy paste.
That was just to get the page count up. They would just be like, "Oh, we need."
Just to get the page
count is still super high because I didn't realize this. All those fan-made masks from a while back, like the masks you saw in like BIONICLE World or.
Let me guess. They have an individual article.
Yeah, they have individual pages for all these masks. BSO1 just has the one page with the exact same information. But just in one place, so you don't need to go bouncing across the wiki.
Right, because they're not official masks. I mean, technically, they're official. They're canon masks, but they're not like they're not like masks that they need an article.
Not real physical masks.
They're not masks that were in sets, except for the mask of scavenging.
Or in story, I guess so.
BIONICLE Wikia seems to me like the kind of place that, like that intro scene for The Legend Reborn, where it has all those weird Matoran and Avtoran clones running around in the robot. They would have a page for each one of those Matoran. Like the teal Photok.
Number 1.
Teal Photok was a Matoran trapped inside the Monodui robot during the takeover.
I'm gonna look that up.
That actually used to annoy me a lot. The stubby articles where they've got like an article dedicated to something and there's like a sentence of information on it.
Right.
Let's see.
So yeah, if you work for the Wikia, well, keep doing what you're doing.
Make it better.
We're not here.
Don't mean to make you feel bad.
You have to be the change you seek.
Oh my gosh, Meso, don't do this. But yeah,
wow, did you just do that? Really?
I mean, that's
Isn't
another
that
thing,
what
though.
Denise Huxtable said in the Cosby Show like 30 years ago? Be the change you want to see in the world.
Now I'm getting flashbacks to the BZP comics.
Someone famous actually said it. I'm just remembering it because
we're not here to just bash on Wikia all day, every day. We're just saying there's a reason why we prefer BSO1. There's a reason why we plug BSO1.
There's other things to bash as well.
We shall not. Yeah, there's many more things to bash in life.
Yeah.
Like some of which I was hoping to get into, but I think the episode's gone on so long, we'll probably...
Oh yeah, this is a long episode.
We'll probably
wrap it up.
Only 10 episodes left until our big 150 episode celebration.
We're not doing anything special.
No, we're not doing anything.
Oh my...
Good to make that announcement.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Eventually TTV is going to be 2 hours long.
We could have a 2-hour long episode where we're just
Maybe
like
ramble
we can't, please no.
Maybe that's what we'll do. You can use your new RAM to edit it on this.
No.
Yeah, burn out your new
No,
RAM.
please don't do this.
Alright, well, thank you all very much for listening. Post up your thoughts on everything Star Wars, message boards, Wikia versus BSO1 in the comments below. And we will be back next week for another exciting episode. And maybe BIONICLE episode 9. No, it's a pipe dream. Who am I kidding?
No, I'm here. Hey, come on.
We will see you guys next week.
Yo, have fun.
Didn't think we fully covered something? Well, feel free to continue the discussion on the board.ttbpodcast.com. Woohoo!
Yep.
Hi, Faber Files.
Didn't like something we said? Let us know in the comments below.
Yep.
And we can subsequently ignore you.
No. Nope. I don't ignore. I don't care. You're trash, is what you are.
Oh my gosh!
I quit.
Ouch.
Battlefront 3 is trash.
Meso, say it again.
I'm Messina.
I'm Barteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Takuma Nova.
And I am Exchange Trooper. Good night, everybody.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, Master, you cut off
exciting
X.
episode. I'm sorry.
Why would you cut off X?
Goodbye.
Gosh.
You are trash.
Goodbye, guys. I'll see you next week.
Are we still going?
Yeah, we are. Goodbye, everybody.
Hi, Mom.